Yep, you've got one guy going boom, the other guy going whap, and the guy trying to run it in for the score, and he's going nowhere.
All right. So, looked at the Rams game today. Rams lost to the Seahawks in overtime.
Entering Kickstart your team screen, you have 3 options.
So, it happens, but here
Entering main menu
screen,
franchise is selected.
On our Madden
Entering
campaign.
current franchise screen, you have 2 options.
Right?
You have 2 options. Franchise online
like
save is selected.
So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Become a family member of B.O.G TV. All right.
Franchise online save.
We can get on into this franchise. The
Entering
last game.
Entering franchise hub screen home.
Well, it won't be the last game because we're going to the playoffs and we are going to try to win the Super Bowl. Now, we've been on a pretty bad losing streak last 3 games, so it's getting, it's tough. So, remember at the beginning of the season, I was beating the dirt off of teams, but it's getting kind of heavy. All right.
News. You have a scout call. Practice of upgrade players.
I'm gonna upgrade the players real quick.
Entering player upgrades screen, you have to. Entering attention pop-up. Are you sure you want to auto upgrade all players? No.
Oh.
Entering yes. Yeah. Entering attention pop-up. 2 players were upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Scout right. Manage roster. Play season game is selected. You have 4 play full game.
Playing a full game.
Entering team select screen. The Los Angeles Chargers. Ready.
Oh, this is the Chargers. Oh, I didn't play the Chargers. Oops. Alright, so this is going to be versus the Chargers, and I'll rename it. I'll rename it later.
View Superstar X. Ready.
Alright.
It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chargers and the Rams on Sunday night.
And then we got the Seahawks. I don't know how I missed that.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. They all know how to channel it once they actually kick this one off, though.
Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
All right.
To kick off for Los
Alright, so we gonna try. That's a good kick.
Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line.
All
so
right, that's
a
not
net
bad.
negative there of 4 yards.
Yep.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020.
Remember,
the man
Chargers.
out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely
So he's
could go
throwing.
over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
But they'll probably run.
Entering play call. Coach suggests cover one LB blitz.
All right.
Spread.
We are blitzing linebackers. Try to put him on the dirt
Herbert
early.
going to go to the air right away.
Yeah.
And his first pass is
Entering play
incomplete.
call. Coach
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
First carry now for Isaiah
He
Spiller.
got right through there. Dang it.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check.
All right,
they like what they're doing early in the game.
A
Line
pass,
of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
pass defense. Iffy.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Ugh.
It's incomplete. Took a
Entering
shot,
play call.
couldn't
Coach
connect.
suggestions. There are
Man
6
coverage is certainly a
categories.
staple of their defense.
Yeah, he
and it's
could've-
built for plays like
could've
that,
ran it.
forcing that
Cover
incompletion.
one robber. Overload free press.
Line of scrimmage,
Press on
again
him.
the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
Take that.
Taylor Rapp with a pick.
All right, now I got
and the
to
Rams are going to take
convert
possession
this
of the football.
into 6
Remember,
points.
Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play.
I gotta
The
at least get
psychology
4
is,
yards.
okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
I'm starting on the ground though. Try to soften up this defense.
Entering play call. B.O.G. inside zone.
Alright. I need at least 4.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
Jeez.
The numbers for him from a week ago.
Almost
Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. B.O.G. AHB slim. B.O.G. AHB zone WK.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Akers. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
All right, so they're going to rush.
Cross button. R1
to
button.
throw is Stafford.
R1 button.
He'll dump this off to Akers, and he'll get nothing out of that one. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
You get that catch and didn't get no yards.
Like, that's completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Categories. You have 18 options.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out.
56.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
No way.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
I don't really want to go for it.
Options. Field goal 56 yards is selected. Field goal 56 yards. Field fake FG rollout pass. Field punt.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
Oh, punt it. Fuck a field goal.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake.
Ugh,
it's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Womp womp.
Entering play call. Coach suggestion. Cover 2 man. Cover 1 LB blitz.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive. Here picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Spread.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert now. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I didn't try it.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it.
Entering
over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
See if I can break some tackles.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers ready to take over. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change of quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Yeah, but he'll pass it and get a completion.
They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up.
Entering play
the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Right.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Powell on the return.
You ain't get nowhere.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. The LA offense ready for this next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
Entering play call.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd and inches,
Circle button.
Stafford.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play.
Oh.
They say it's incomplete.
Damn.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up
Inside
3rd down.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
R1 button.
Stafford on 3rd down.
R1 button.
Got it.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 1 hole, weak blitz 3.
I think
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short little throw to Ebron. He's got room past the 30.
So whack.
He's got it past the 30.
And that was pass coverage, too.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy over just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
There are 6
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
AHD stretch alert looky.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Square button.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Rams at 11-4 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking to go 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Circle button.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Entering
2
play
minutes
call.
on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
What difficulty do you play this on, mate?
Entering play call.
It's like
Coach suggestions. Punt. Punt.
I don't know.
Recent play. Favorites. There are personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are 8 categories. Run.
Be able to pick
FD
up.
run. There are 7 categories. Draw. Counter. Pitch. Outside handoff.
Wonder if I don't know.
Inside handoff.
I'm gonna do inside.
Pretty quiet, David, pretty quiet.
Cross button.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Delay of game, offense.
Are you serious, dog?
I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't.
Same as me, I'm blind as well.
Being in that spot and being able to not
Entering
jump
play
and give them the yardage
Coach
that they were desiring.
suggestions. There are 8 categories.
so hard?
You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
I'm not doing it. I'm not punting.
Recent favorites. There are personnel. Play type. There are 8. RPO. Run. Inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 49 options. HD inside zone is selected.
I forgot. That gave me 5 yards back. Oh crap. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
They'll run for it with Akers.
Shit,
So
maybe I
certainly
did.
an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent
That was a
field
good
position.
freaking run, I thought.
So they
Entering
take a
play
big
call.
chance here in their own
Coach suggestions.
territory.
There are 6
And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the
Entering
defense.
play call.
You don't like the
Coach
punter. I
man
mean,
double
what's
back
going on here?
below
You want some
Akers.
explanations.
Yeah, that's good for a
Hey,
gain of
the ball
6.
good, though.
And it'll be second down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's caught. Beckham.
Entering
And he'll be
play
brought
call.
down at about the
Cover 2 man.
23-yard
Cover
line.
1 LB blitz.
What's the score?
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put...
Entering call to map. Shall stat coaching stats. Pop-up menu. You have 2 options. Game stats is selected. Entering screen team stats. Total offense home 88. Score home 0 away 0.
Oh, it's 0-0.
Entering franchise screen. You have 7 options. Resume is selected.
Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before
Yeah, we've had a
halftime.
chance to kick a
Entering
field
play
goal, but
call. Coach suggestions. There are
didn't
6
work out.
categories. 60 pin. 60 pinch. 60 pinch.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal.
Pass.
They'll run here with Spiller. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
they're gonna get it.
Entering play call. 60 pinch.
And that's a good one, but they're gonna get it.
They'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Again, Spiller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Isaiah Spiller, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So a good job there, Charles, taking
Entering
advantage
play
of the
call.
short
Coach
field, and they
suggests
score
base
first,
lock-
punching
base
it in
lock left.
on the short touchdown run.
I love the
Load block
theme there,
left.
right? They didn't have to do
Base lock
anything
right.
big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0.
Entering play call. Return middle. Return left.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams going to take over late in this first half.
Entering play call.
And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up.
Coach suggestion. Shock H option. Snagsy spot. Mesh spot. Snagsy spot. Triangle button.
Stafford on first down. Throw left side, complete to Cup. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Entering play call. Stick. Y corner.
That's irritating.
Cross button. Triangle button.
Now Stafford.
Square button. Triangle
and this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example. Another incompletion.
Inside zone. Recent favorites. There are personnel. There are play type. There are RPO. Run. RPO key. There are 2 cat. RPO alert. RPO key.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
Well, I got that past that 1 tackle,
stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Punt. Recent favorites. There are personnel. There are 8 categories. There play type. There are 8 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Option is set to RPO. Favorites. There are coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half.
Not bad.
And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
Yards more than I wish they had.
Cover 1 hole. SS split 0.
All right, so
just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Thank you.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
I got this game, but I wasn't able to turn that.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Rams ready to go on offense. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
Pass. Quick pass. There are 6 Hail Mary.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
After
the interception, here's Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Entering play call, Hail Mary. There are 6 categories. You have 3 options. Hail Mary is selected.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Cross
There's Stafford.
Circle button. Triangle
and that
button.
Is incomplete.
Entering
16
play
seconds
Mary.
now on the clock.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting.
Touchdown, Rams.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tyler Higbee as the first half is winding down. And the Rams have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they'd been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to them a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Matt Gay on for the extra point.
All right, Matt. Let's go, Matt.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
So
try to get it right by the end zone.
They kick it away.
Around the 5 or 6, but it might be the 2 or 4. Or
and
in
not
the
wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Cover 2, cover 4 drop.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half.
Cover 4 drop. Cover 2 man. Cover 4 drop.
All right.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Robert Woods, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head over to Hotlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Cordero Patterson, a touchdown run in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? And meanwhile, for the Chargers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Defend outs. Defend medium pass.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line.
That wasn't bad.
The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So, running ain't going to really
work.
Stafford
and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
We'll try it again, but...
He starts with a give to Akers. And some room to maneuver. Yet again, just a bruising carry.
Ooh.
And he'll be corralled
hitting that
X. Right around the 40-yard line.
Right.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Just a terrific run
I
there,
hit both
Charles,
of them
from a running back
like, bing,
who is
bing.
so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Trying to open the cheese wheel, folks. That's what I'm talking about.
Stick. Inside zone.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Going right back to Akers. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories.
It's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Stafford.
One button.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Let's go right here. Let's go.
Spread. Spread.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flushed out right. Herbert has it knocked free. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Nice. Get that back.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are return right, return left, return right.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. On the return is Powell. Good footwork at the 30. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Now
a 1st down throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give up the middle to Akers.
Yeah.
He finds some open field here.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 36-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game too.
Snagsy spot.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Circle button.
Now it's Stafford.
R1 button.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Inside zone.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. During that run, an injury here. Got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season.
Entering play call. Inside switch. AHB slip screen. Inside switch.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Inside run. I know.
Cross button.
Throwing a Stafford.
Circle button. Square button. Circle button. Square button.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, Steve, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Entering play call. Punt. Field goal. Recent favorites. There are personnel. There are play type. There are cat run. Pass. Hail Mary. Screen pass. Hail Mary.
All right. Trying to remember which one this was. R1 or triangle.
Here we go on 4.
Triangle
Stafford.
Button. Triangle
going
button.
for Jefferson
Triangle
downfield.
Button.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
Yep.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Entering play call. Special
that time
teams.
a 6-play drive. And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown.
Is Eminem going to be in the TV show? No. I mean, if he is going to be in there, that's, Right. 8 Mile, I don't know. Can they? Yeah, I guess they could.
Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
Dang it.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. LA set to take over again on offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7.
I think it's going to be weird if
march down the field here
trying
to tie this football game.
I think it's going to be weird if he is in it, because he's old. Right. And then who you going to get, like, who you going to get to play Eminem? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Oh, well.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here,
50
first
Cent had good
10
success with that
at
other
their
TV show
25-yard line.
Yeah.
Hands this to Spiller to start things. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
His mom ain't going to like that.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Mike Williams.
It's 2nd and inches.
Right.
At the 33-yard line.
How you doing?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There. Cover 1 hole. Sting pinch.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Play action. It's Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Herbert.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Play call. Coach
but they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Base lock right.
Yes.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me, what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses,
play call,
it's the second miss in a row.
Categories.
Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter.
All right, do a jet. Start leading out this spot.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 97 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move.
Yep.
No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Mastodons, the blockers. They're blocked for them.
Pabuk, AHB Zone WK.
On the give, this is Akers. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5.
Entering play call, Smagsy spot.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Triangle button. Circle button.
Stafford now to
Circle
throw.
button. Square
And
button.
he's unable to hold on to
Entering
that
play call,
defensively.
coach
A
suggestions.
potential
There are
game
8
changer, but it
categories.
falls
You have 3
incomplete.
each. Corner strike.
They got the
Drive
win last
wheel.
week despite not having any interceptions, trying to come up with one there.
Corner
Could not.
strike.
But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Cross
Stafford.
button. R1 button.
He's got Higbee complete right side. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Tyler Higbee. It's a gain of 6.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the
Entering
football.
play
And they
bench.
wind up getting the
AHB
first
stretch.
down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
I should have probably threw it.
The give running right is Akers. It's a loss of 4
Entering
there,
play
bringing
call,
up 2nd
coach
down.
Curl
An interesting
ampersand
and
down.
intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case
R1
was.
button.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Entering play
And
call,
he'll be marked
coach
down right at the
suggestions. There are 8
15-yard line.
categories. You have 30 options.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it
R1
and
button.
catch it with
Triangle
equal proficiency.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep
Entering
water
play
now. Win
Padcam.
probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Kick off left. Or kick off right.
Gay to kick off for Los
Right.
Angeles.
Try to get it inside the 10.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taylor now from the end zone.
Ooh, from the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
I don't know where it landed
Entering
at.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 2 man, cover 4 drop.
Usually they tell. They say,
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
I need them to go back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And
a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving core to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Just saying, Herbert.
On first down, Justin Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Trying to dump off, lost yardage. From the 50, here's Herbert. Bind, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Herbert.
Taking too long.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Suggestions. There are 6.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Last 3 defensive plays, I've been playing spy, which is really good.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that.
Yes,
exactly right.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
Inside zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And I need to
entering play call. Zone fake jet. Inside zone.
Waste the rest of their timeouts. I gotta keep getting first down.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Inside zone.
I done ran inside zone last 2 plays. This is the 3rd time. See what they do with this one.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
9.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Inside zone is selected.
Miss Piggy and Hermit.
Inside zone. Inside zone.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
All right, see if I can get some.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the
Entering
knee.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 6 options. Close zone STRG is selected.
Let's be smart. Let's pay it all out here. They can't stop. Let's go. Get tight now. Let's go. Get tight now.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Oh, that was on the defense. They did jump. Good.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. On the ground, it's Akers. 131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. Inside zone split.
They'll run here with Akers. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little, a little extra on top.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for L.A., they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12-4 on the year.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'll probably have that next Madden out probably next week, which will be the Seahawks. All right, and then we'll do the playoffs in the Super Bowl if we make it. We'll see if we make it, because this is like I had a 3-game lose streak. I think I had a 3-game lose streak up until this win, and this win was kind of hard. So, but anyway, thanks for joining. We'll probably be doing some Mortal Kombat. So if you want to come and hang out with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, so we'll be right back with some hot katana action in Mortal Kombat 11. Peace.